Even in today's world, a book plays a significant role. Have you noticed? Just a few pages can bring us to an absolutely another world. Especially nowadays, it'll be a wonderful idea to let a good book help you escape the reality, which may be full of problems, stress, and other unpleasant feelings. A nice cup of coffee or some herbal tea with a classic novel or else some inspirational autobiography may be so much relaxing, cozy, and, which is no less important, useful. Useful for our brain and knowledge, because almost every book can educate us. If there is at least something you've learned from those 200 pages, then all the time you dedicated to that book was not spent in vain, because it shared someone's experience with you, it taught you something, and educated you in some way. Something like that happened to me about a month ago when I got this book that I'd already shown you once, Life for a Book, that tells about Ivan Sytin, one of the most important, maybe the most important book publisher of the 19th and the beginning of the 20th century in Russia. To be honest, I didn't know anything about this man before buying this book in a random second-hand bookshop, but after just a few pages I became so impressed and so touched by the story of his life that after some days I decided to visit the only existing museum of Sytin that is located in the very heart of Moscow. It is a flat where he lived during his last days of life. It was so amazing to see a real place with the real furniture that Sytin and his family members used. Apart from that, there were of course all the things he printed, and as you can see, these were not only books, but also so-called almanac-type calendars, those that included information about weather, holidays, religious festivals, etc. Pictures, everything was so beautifully illustrated and, which is the most important thing, rather cheap. The main idea of Sytin was to make literature available to peasants, people who deserved and wanted to be educated. Sytin's cheap editions of Tolstoy's, Pushkin's, and Gogol's works were unbelievably popular at that time. Unfortunately, the Soviets destroyed all his printing house, but his work was never forgotten. And I discovered all that thanks to this old book that's already become so dear to me. And in order to thank it in some way, I thought I'd try to repair and fix it as much as I can. If you'd like to see if I can make anything of it, join me in this process. friends, just a little update. As you all, I guess, know about all of those sanctions that we're facing here now in Russia, it's really hard time for every creator, and well, I'm no exception. All that made me close temporarily. I hope my online handmade shop and my language easy subscription ties. But now it feels like I found one little alternative for this period of time. Let me show you that. So this is basically what I had on my Ko-fi account with my subscription ties. For this period of time they are going to be here on a Russian version of Ko-fi called Boosty. When you enter, you may see some parts in Russian and you're like, what? Don't worry, all you have to do is to scroll all the way down, switch to English, and well, choose any membership tier you like. It may be just a little monthly support for my channel, or else the other two will let you receive some additional content or even some unique videos or blog posts with my art projects. The only thing to pay attention here is to the price. Yes, it's in rubles, well, just because this website was created here in Russia and that's what I'm gonna receive. But I put the dollar equivalent into every membership tier so that the rubles will not distract you. That's why if you'd like to support me or to get some unique content from me, you're very welcomed to my Boosty account. Find link in the video description. here is what we have now. What do you think about the renovation of this amazing book?